this is like anywhere you go though. You will have some rotten eggs or bad apples in the bunch, but not that many.
They've got pre-cut fruits, vegetables, everything. And that's much better than Germany, to be honest.
It's like, this is weird, and they were like, this is normal. Don't try and make it a thing when it's not. Does someone have an answer to me as to why the men here are so comfortable holding hands here?
An engineer, you can reach me at blah, 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 or follow me on TikTok. Thank you. Hope to hear from you soon.
An African American is sharing why she decided to choose Ghana over other African countries. She decided to come to Ghana because of something, and she has actually narrated how all that started for her before she decided to even choose Ghana. And also I have other African Americans and other foreigners sharing their experiences visiting and living in Ghana. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up. Let's go into the video, watch, come back and talk.
Why is everyone moving to Ghana? For starters, the president invited everyone. 2019, he had the year of return. The year of the return. Basically calling everyone from the diaspora back to Africa, back to Ghana. And there was a lot of festivals. It was a very big thing. So I couldn't make it that year because I lost my brother and I needed to be home with my family and not out of the country. So what put the idea in my head was, first my dad suggested our last conversation. He said, I told him, hey Dad, I'm also moving out of Detroit and I want to go back to the state I was living in before. So then he says, why go back to where you were when it's a great big world out there? You can go to another state, you can go to another country. Why don't you try Africa? Why don't you go to Africa? And it was like, Africa. But see, the things that they had been showing on TV, there was this commercial. Now, if you grew up black and you were up late at night, those commercials were always on our TV stations, and you will always hear the song Jesus Loved the Little Children, and it had kids that had flies all over them, malnutrition, and there was a white man and he's walking around like, yeah, 1 cent a day will take care of 28 kids. Like he was for real. Like he was for real saying that. That was the biggest scam of the century. Now granted, there might be some less fortunate individuals, but he was showing the worst parts of Africa. And then, so yeah, that was one thing that we knew, like, when someone says Africa, there were things that's being put out on TV and the media. So this is all we saw was like negative things. So when my dad said that, I was like, I don't know if I want to go to Africa. But I didn't know anything about Africa. So I started doing like small research on Africa. And I'm like, okay, so in school, they only taught us about the continents. They did not teach us that Africa had more than 50 countries. So yeah, I started doing my research, and I remember one day I was at work, and then there was an individual that came to me and said, hey, are you from my country? And I was like, what is your country? Where is that at? And he said, Ghana. And I was like, what is Ghana? Where is that? He said, Africa. Okay. So I did research. I started looking it up. Basically, I'd done my research on Africa, Ghana, and Ghana was the one, like, that kind of won me over, because I started, like I said, doing my research, and I was watching YouTube videos. I met some people, and then they were actually African Americans that moved to Ghana. And then the year of return, I tried my hardest to go the year of return. I really wanted to go. But when I went to Ghana, I found out that it's a country that celebrates all year long. Even during the month where there's no music, they still celebrate. So I would say a lot of people are moving to Ghana because it's the gateway to Africa. The people are very kind, loving, supportive. They will coddle you. They will take you in. They will protect you. Now, you will have, this is like anywhere you go though, you will have some rotten eggs or bad apples in the bunch, but not that many. Yes, but the cost of living in Ghana is not very high. A lot of people that are leaving that are leaving America are mostly elders that's retiring and they're settling down. They're buying land and building their homes. This is where they want to live the rest of their life. But Ghana is an awesome place to be because, like I said, they're always celebrating. When I'm in Ghana, when I was in Ghana, I didn't feel like a minority. I did not feel like just that black woman. Like, I didn't feel like I had to look over my shoulders where the police were going to harass me, or a white man was going to, like, invade my space and do something. That's something that we deal with on the regular here in America. We do deal with being harassed by Karens and Kevins. We do. But yeah, this place have very smart people. They have a lot of opportunities. It's the home of the chocolate. I love the chocolate, and the food is the bomb. Why wouldn't you want to move to Ghana?
It's so lovely to see. The legendary Kweku Anansi is from Ghana and no other country. Well, originally, yes. I just saw someone also say it's also in Ivory Coast because of the Akan people. And it's also in Suriname, of course, because of the whole trade. But I'm also curious to know if there are other Caribbean countries who have Anansi Tori. Or is it only Suriname that has so much of the African heritage? Especially the Creole people and the black people in Suriname, that we have so much of the African heritage, and especially of Ghanaian culture. And that we even have Akan people in Suriname. Like, I just want to know how that is. Like, explain, comment, research for me. And I'm going to also make some more videos about this, because storytelling, owning your own intellectual property, your own stories, that is what it's like. I'm in media. I work in media and social media and tech, right? This is where it's going. And content creation, doing social media, things like this, but also creating formats, creating books, creating animations. You can use AI. You can use so many things to tell the stories that we have been told orally, right? Because a lot of African heritage or Caribbean heritage oral stories, and make it into a story that the whole world can enjoy. Just like the people are doing from the anime series and all those, like Japan and all those countries. We have to do it too. And I'm talking to Ghana, I'm talking to Suriname, I'm talking to all of you. Yeah?
Difference between a Ghanaian supermarket and a German supermarket. We're going to ShopRite right now to find it out. They've got pre-cut fruits, vegetables, everything. And that's much better than Germany, to be honest. If I would compare this to mine back home, I might even prefer this one. This right here, this brand, they literally have every single thing in the supermarket. They have toys, balls. I feel like I'm in an African Walmart. ShopRite was actually pretty surprising. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Alright, so we have dokunu, the food. It's like
It's called dokunu.
a wrap.
Made from what?
like green banana and some maybe coconut and stuff. I've never actually had it. It's like a traditional Jamaican food, like deep in our roots, but it's coming from African roots actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it almost maybe like your kenke. You guys also wrap the kenke in something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but ours is wrapped in banana leaf.
Yeah, we also have dokno. Yeah, but we say dokono.
Dokuno.
Yeah, dokno is kenke. Yeah, we have the Ga kenke and then the fancy kenke. The Ga kenke is, I think it's made from maize. Yeah, but the fancy kenke, I don't know what it's made from. But the fancy kenke is wrapped in banana leaves.
But
it's plantain leaves.
Is that the one where like it's made with corn or something?
Corn, the one made with corn is the Ga kenke. Yeah, but the fancy kenke, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what exactly it is made from.
You guys can tell us in the comments.
Now, I have noticed there's an influx of men who keep holding hands when they go out to events and, you know, whilst they're just on the move, on the go. I would love to add some pictures and videos for evidence, but Ghanaians get a little bit touchy about this subject, even though they keep doing this specific thing. Growing up where I grew up and knowing all about how Africans hate gays and seeing how they maneuver here and not feeling any type of way about it, I even asked one and said, why are you holding hands? Like, this is weird. And they were like, this is normal. Don't try and make it a thing when it's not. Does someone have an answer to me as to why the men here are so comfortable holding hands here? Unless you are boyfriend and very loud and proud about it. But I can't fathom why two male friends in any given situation, unless it's Simon Says, you know what I'm saying? Like, apparently it's a very normal thing here. Not even women hold hands here, unless they're trying to find themselves out the club and it's just too packed or they're going to the toilet. But I've seen this on like a very normal given occasion in daylight. The men just be holding hands for no reason, and it's more so when like they've arrived somewhere, they're walking together. Like I can't make it make sense, because the first thing that comes to my mind is you are for the other team, like you are down low. But
kids ask them if we live on trees in Africa.
Yeah.
If we have running water, you know,
Yeah.
if we're scared of lions, and if we're in huts. And like, I just started progressively getting more dismayed about all these stereotypes and bias. And I realized that being a content creator, it's a huge instrument of change, because you get to counteract all those old stereotypical narratives that have been perpetuated over time by Western media.
One thing that the Ghanaians are best at, it is their best skill, it is one of their most amazing features that no European can do, and I don't know how they do it, and that is the art of waiting. Waiting. We don't even know what we're waiting for, but we're just always waiting.
It's pretty nippy! After a 7-hour drive, we finally rolled into the town of Wheelie, and we were immediately greeted by yet another dramatic tropical storm. In the morning, we set off to explore the waterfall, which involved a 5-kilometre round-trip jungle hike to reach it. It's embarrassing to admit, but I was today years old when I learned bananas grow out of this purple flower. My mind was blown. We also, of course, acquired our usual stray dog companions for the hike. There is a longer hike you can do that goes to the upper level of the waterfall, but we didn't fancy it in the humidity, and you have to take a tour guide. And honestly, I'm embarrassed walking with other people. It was easily our favourite waterfall in all of West Africa. We got insanely lucky too, because when we arrived, it was completely empty. Just us, the falls, and the sound of water crashing through the forest. The water was freezing, but perfect in the heat. I briefly considered the fact I might snap my neck under the force of it, but it was too fun not to try standing under it anyway. Then a group of about 40 teenagers arrived, and the energy shifted immediately, from peaceful jungle spa to school trip chaos. It was actually kind of wholesome though, watching how excited they were. We chilled in the sun for a bit, and then noticed the sky above the falls was full of thousands of fruit bats, just swirling overhead, slightly terrifying, slightly magical, fully surreal.
We are in Ghana, and we just hiked to this waterfall.
Waterfall?
And the canopy walk, but the falls were the best part and I will never forget this for the rest of my life. Book with Eco Tour Ghana. Woo.
Y'all Africans are going too far. Somebody took the time out to email me. They got my email. He said, "Hello, pretty lady. How are you? Mine is Peter from Africa. I saw your profile on TikTok, single and searching. I'm interested in building good relationships with you to lead to marriage. I'm 47, an engineer. You can reach me at blah, 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 or follow me on TikTok. Thank you. Hope to hear from you soon. God bless." So you probably inboxed me on TikTok and I didn't answer. So you felt the need to email me. That shit's funny because you emailed me. Yeah, let's not do that again.
So after reading all of the comments from the Gary video, my wife has decided to show me how she makes it.
So this is the gari, and this is my sugar. So I'm going to put a little bit of sugar here.
Sugar always is good.
Yeah. And then I put powdered milk.
She didn't like it when I brought the gallon milk.
Yeah, you can't use gallon milk. So I pour all the powdered milk because it tastes good. Last but not the least, these are peanut. So I'm going to, he loves peanut. So this is peanut. And of course, this is water. So I'm going to put water here. So this is our gari. This is our gari. So you ready to try it?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. You want me to try it first or you? Go ahead. How does it taste?
Interesting.
It's good?
So, boom, I'm watching the news, and it's a region called Guan, right above the Baltic region. They said the roads are horrible, and I'm looking at them and like, yo, our roads are worse than that. And we over here in Kaswa. And we're also near Pentecost Convention Center, the biggest church here in Ghana. And I wonder, like, why don't the churches fix the roads? Someone told me that it's because the government shuts them down because they don't want them to get into the political game. But I'm like, that don't make no sense. They make so much money. Why can't they just fix the roads around them? I don't know. Someone let me know what's up.
It's disgusting behavior that needs to stop. So we're all aware that I have my very own house in Ghana. However, I needed to book a stay because I needed to be close to the airport. I was experiencing delay after cancellation, and I needed to get back to the US so I could go to work. So I find this cute little 3-bedroom, and I'm like, this is perfect for me and the kids. Then the shenanigans started, y'all. Now the host tells me that transportation is provided if I need it. I'm like, great, I absolutely need it because it's actually 10 o'clock at night and I need to get somewhere with my kids so I can rest and try to figure things out in the morning at this airport. This man tried to charge me way more than what even a rideshare company would have charged me to get to where I needed to be. Then didn't even give me a definite price, gave me a roundabout. So I called the driver because I need to know actual numbers. Don't give me a roundabout. The driver has the nerve to tell me he doesn't know. So I'm like, how are you the driver and you don't know how much you're charging? Yeah, cancel the ride altogether. I'll find my own way. Fast forward and now I arrive at my destination. Now the location was initially advertised as a 3-bedroom full house. So that's what I paid for. The host has the nerve to tell me that only 2 bedrooms are included, and if I want the third, I have to pay an extra $30 a night. So I finally arrive at the destination. The caretaker reiterates what the host had already told me, that it's only 2 bedrooms, and if I want 3, it's an additional cost. So I tell him, no problem. I'm just going to request a partial refund, being that I'm not getting the house as initially advertised. When I tell y'all they opened up that 3rd bedroom so fast. And this is what topped the cake. For the most part, I straightened up the location myself prior to leaving. There was only a box of trash left on the table, and that's only because I didn't see anywhere else to put it. So I figured they could just toss this wherever it needs to go. It was already neatly gathered, it just needed to find its place. Do y'all know the host requested a cleaning fee, saying there was a stain in the toilet? I keep saying over and over and over again, those in the hospitality industry are the first to welcome guests into the country. And behaving like that, with that get over mentality, is making the country look very bad. So for all of those who are out there acting like this, get your act together. Let's talk about it.
You know, when this year of return thing started around 2019, it was massive. Like, to be honest with you, it was massive. And when it comes to events, Afrochella was in the mix, Afrofuture was in the mix, a lot of shows, Charlie, it was massive. I don't know if the government is going to try and do something about it so that we can have such an experience again. But honestly, comparing 2019 to how it is now, it is not the same, though, yes, but it is still going on. We are seeing the influx of foreigners and African Americans coming into the country and all that, and I really love that. People coming to Ghana, the other time someone was complaining, and I said it's because other African countries have not perhaps been talking about their country. And I also understand because maybe their government have not made it a priority to call the diaspora and advertise and do all the necessary stuff that they are supposed to do. But Ghana has done that. Ghana has made a lot of things easier for the diaspora to come enjoy the country and all that. So if you are seeing people coming into Ghana, it is because Ghana has done its homework. You understand? So please, if you want them to come to your country, to try and do certain things, put certain things in place so that all these diasporans will do what will come. And listening to Boris Kujo, I don't know why still some Americans have that thoughts in their mind saying that do Africans live on trees? They live in mud huts, like we live with lions or whatever. Like, Charlie, these things, it's too much. I'm even fed up hearing some of these things. The ignorance is too much, but I can't blame them. It's the American media. So Charlie, when they grow up, they will realize the truth. Thank you so much for watching.